Hurdle encounter starts in 10 minutes. Bit of a saga getting here. Yes, there was no bus. Didn't realize actually. I didn't realize you had to. I was thinking, I don't know, you could just sort of walk or somewhere close to town. Didn't realize had to get a bus. In fact, there was no bus. There was no transport at all. In terms of the Uber, there's this. Excuse me, Diddy. Well, there were no drivers available, and so I got this shuttle. But the shuttle was $55 one way. So I don't know. Hopefully, be able to get someone will be going back into town into Bundy, so should be able to get a lift. Otherwise, I don't know, because I just have to pay $55. But yeah, the transport is not good at all in Bundaberg. Yeah, you kind of need a car. Maybe just hire a car while you're in town. So yeah, you can see the sort of the shop background. I'm assuming we're now the tour. Well, 6:30 to 12, but you may, I don't know. It could be sort of half an hour. It could be an hour, depending on the sightings. There's no sort of set time on when it's going to finish, but it will finish by 12 a.m. and could potentially go to 12 a.m. I'm hoping it doesn't go to 12 a.m. I don't want a 5.5 hour tour. That would just be ridiculous. But it's a bit like you go to Phillip Island and you wait for the penguins, the fairy penguins, to come in out of the water. Is it guaranteed? Are you guaranteed to actually see penguins coming out of the water? I guess so, but yeah, maybe only get, I don't know, sometimes only get maybe 2 or 3, and what time do they actually come out of the water is not, I guess, unknown. And I guess that's the case with any wildlife, is you don't know when they're going to occur or don't know when you're going to actually find them. But maybe that's part of the experience, Baron. Okay, not actually having a Bundy, having a Kirk's creaming soda rather than a Bundy. Not bad, actually. It's a good substitute if you become addicted to Coke and you want to move away from Coke and obviously avoid the caffeine. Then creaming soda is a good substitute and doesn't have any caffeine, which is why I typically get the creaming soda or get this Kirk's. There is a Bundaberg creaming soda, which is not bad. Probably prefer the Kirk's, but there is a Bundaberg or Bundy. In fact, they have a whole range of flavors. Why don't they have a cola Bundaberg? I think the Baron asked this question when I was at the Bundaberg Barrel. I think they used to have a cola, but I don't know, for some reason. But yeah, interesting thing about Coca-Cola is they've always kept their branding. They've kept the same logo and they've kept the same name ever since their establishment, which is interesting. Yes, and you want it, and that's important. Keeping branding or keeping the name, because I know people become familiar with it, and because of IT and technology, you could always come up with a better logo at some point in time. If you're sort of getting at. But Coca-Cola have always kept their original, even though it may not look particularly good in comparison to some other, say, modern logos. I think it's important to keep the same branding. And having said that, when Baron was at MIT, the university MIT in Boston, they've changed their logo, and they now have 2 logos. They've got their traditional one, agreed, doesn't look very good, and now they've got their modern one, which does look much better. And so why would you have 2 logos? If you're going to have a modern one, well, get rid of the old one. In fact, don't sort of talk about it. Just make out as if it never existed. But to have 2 is very, very, very poor branding. But interestingly, with strategic games, it was only sort of recently, in the last, say year, that I had the website developed and got the logo, so got the branding. Before then, there was no kind of logo. Well, I don't know. Just kind of takes time to get everything done. I don't know. Maybe that was a good thing, because now I've actually got a proper and a really good logo in the form of a maze, and you can see it sort of spells out the SG, the strategic games, but the S doesn't go the whole way. Why that's the case, I don't know. I had these graphic designers do the logo, so they've obviously thought this through. Why the S doesn't actually, if you have a look at the maze, the strategic games logo or the maze, why doesn't the S? It's only like half an S. But the G is clear, But even if the S did go the whole way, would it be clear that it is SG? I don't know. It's not that obvious. I think being a maze in itself is kind of the interesting. I mean, who has a maze as part of their logo? I don't think anyone would have a maze as part of their logo. It's all good, Baron. Yep. Okay. So it's almost 6:30. So I've got to log off. I may stream during the tour, depending how the tour goes. Also, could it be, I just start streaming and just start talking. I don't know, it could be a little bit I don't know, weird, or I don't know, confronting. I don't know. Okay, that was the Baron Breaks. Anyone for a Bundy?